Hey everyone, welcome to another video. I'm preparing for a car show next weekend. So today I'm looking at installing the car phone for the 92 VR4. I think the 92 and 93 models had an option of having a car phone. So I managed to secure the Mitsubishi Diamond phone. It's in pretty decent shape. Needs some cleaning, but I can do that later. And here's the base plate where the trans receiver goes in the trunk, and here's the cradle. And many thanks to Jeff, whose YouTube handle is Useless Pickles. He sold me this plate and the cradle from his collection for a very reasonable price. I would call it cheap, and it's not reasonable. It was very cheap. He sold it to me. I'm very thankful to him. So now I can at least go ahead and install it. These are very rare and hard to come by. So I tested the phone. It works. It has a power adapter. If you power it on, it lights up and everything works as expected. I got the antenna is a little bit chewed up, but we got some spare antennas, and I don't think we'll need that because we don't have those signals anymore. And we'll figure out eventually how to we get it working. But I think for the car show, the fact that there will be a car phone in the car will be pretty exciting for the high school kids. So it's happening in the local high school, and I think all the kids will be there. They'll be pretty excited to see beautiful red VR4 with a car phone inside that powers on. So that's our goal today. And so let's get started. I've got a couple of different options for mounting the cradle. There are two Panavise mounts that I have. I purchased them off eBay. Thank you. So this is one of the mounts. It goes like this on the passenger side, or I can use the other mount, which looks more flush, but maybe I'll have to cut down a little bit and make some holes. It'll go on like this, and the cradle perfectly fits the four big holes here. So I'll try to install this one first. If that doesn't work out, I'm gonna go with this one. So I've seen both of these work, and let's see how to get it done. So the first thing first, we need to find a harness. Again, I'm quoting it from Jeff's wiki documentation on installing the car phone. So we need to remove this glove box, and underneath this there's a wire, a cable, and a harness that is tucked in, and I need to find that, and that will be connected to the cradle, and the cradle itself will mount somewhere here. So let's get to it. Let me remove this glove box, and let's try to find the cable underneath. Okay, all right, see you in a bit. All right, progress update. Remove these two screws, and there are two here. Those two are removed. This was super difficult to remove. I just opened with brute force this trim piece that sits here, and it opened up, but I'm glad it didn't break. I was thinking it'll break, but good news is this is out of the way. We can remove it. All right, and I'll put it here on the back, and this is the cable that we're talking about. This is what we need, and I think our cars are, I believe, pre-wired. And you see that blue plastic, we need to cut that out, and they should extend all the way and come out from here. So let me cut that out and extend it. Okay, the cable is freed up. It's pretty long, as you can see. It comes all the way till here, just exactly where you need it. The only thing is, like, this red conduit, the cable is tied to this red conduit, and you have to cut down this tape and one of the zip ties and few other tapes here to bring it back the reverse way here all the way. So now the next job is going to be removing this panel, this carpet, and this thing will be routed through inside, and this cable will be routed through inside, and it'll probably come out somewhere here and go into the cradle. The cradle mount will also come here or maybe here, and we'll have the phone right here. All right, let's remove the carpet. I believe removing the carpet is simple. You just need to remove this cover, and then there's a screw there, and I believe this one you need to pull with your hand, and this will come out, and you need to slide this carpet back, and it should come out, and we'll see. Let me finish those and we'll continue. All right, it was pretty quick. That was a screw that we removed, and that's the cover that's on top of the screw, and this whole thing came out. Now we need to route this cable and secure it somewhere, and it should come out somewhere here. I'll leave it hanging there, and then it'll go inside the cradle. I'll also need to find a spot where we can mount the cradle, or I may have to drill some holes, I don't know, we'll see. Where is my, this one. So I don't know, it has to be. I need to find a good spot where I can. I would like this to be here, I believe. Something like this. Right? That means, how can I do that? I need some holes to secure this. Or can I? No, I can't. I don't know. Maybe something like this will be also nice, but need to find a good spot. There's one spot here, but I don't know how that will be. Ideally, I see this seems to be the best spot. Put it like, maybe I'll just put something here like a piece of wood or something and try to secure that. Yeah, so I'm gonna take a piece of wood, drill some holes into it, secure it, this one to that, and secure a piece of wood with 2 screws here on these 2 holes. That way I don't have to make any holes on this metal, and it should give me something like this, right? And that's where the phone can go. Okay, sounds like a plan. Let's get to working. I'll show you the progress in a bit. So the next part of the task is going to be tricky. I want to mount this cradle on the cradle mount already so that I can see how much of clearance I have on the center partition, and if it obstructs with the seat or the glove box operation. So I want this thing to be mounted, but before I mount it there, I want to take this rear cover off and slide the cable inside, and that way I know exactly what's the length of cable I want, how much clearance I have, and then what I'm gonna do is find somewhere. There's a lot of stuff here, a piece of wood or metal or something, and attach it to the side walls of the center console and make some markings, make holes here, and try to connect it. I'll see if I can use somehow these 2 holes. I have to just. All right, so we remove the back cover, and here's the harness or whatever from the car. So I'm gonna just, so it looks like there's already a hole here, so we're just gonna put it there. I think if you have 2 screws you can secure it, but I don't see that to be moving, so all set. So I'm gonna put it back, and then I can measure what's the length of cable I need and how much clearance I have. So get this all sealed. The cable can come out from here, I guess. And yeah, okay, I'm gonna fix that up, then mount it on the plate, then take some measurements and start carving out a small piece of wood that I can either somehow connect, place here on these 2 screws and bring it out a little bit such that it doesn't obstruct like piece of wood like here, and on which I'll drill 2 more holes where the mount can be screwed onto, and I'll see if I can put a zip tie from here under and tie it to it. Okay, let's get on with those things. Okay, quick update. So I straightened out the bottom that was kind of at an angle, and it appears these 2 holes that we are looking at right now completely align with these 2 holes. So only thing is the size is different. You see that it completely aligns. So maybe I can, oh no, yeah, I can probably install it like this, and that will work. The seat should be able to operate, and or yeah, that should work. It's going to be super flush as long as it doesn't cause a problem with the shifting. I think that's an acceptable position. Ideally it would have been nice to be here at the spot, but but maybe we'll stick with this one. It kind of looks super flush this way. All right, for now we'll just mount it here and see how it goes. Okay, see you in a bit. So I found these screws in my box, and they perfectly fit the holes, the threads in the cradle. So I'm gonna mount the cradle to the holder, and then we'll figure out what size goes here, and that also fits in the car. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, I think my work in the front passenger side area is pretty much done. The phone is mounted. You can see it's pretty solid. It doesn't rattle. I used these holes and the holes in this clamp and tied with zip ties. It's super tight, it's not going anywhere. As you can see, everything is super zip tied, and I put here also so it doesn't fall. And I think I'm happy with what I did here. If someday I have to take this out, remove this center partition, then I'll have to remove the zip ties and do it all over again, but I don't see that happening immediately in the near future, so I think I'm good for now. Before I do a different solution, I'm okay right now. There's a little bit of rubber coming out from here that I can trim off, no problem. Rest, I'm happy with it. Like, so I'm gonna put it back together, and it should look nice and look pretty much OEM. So let me do that, put together the armrest, and I think we are good to move on to the trunk and install the trans receiver. All right, people, so everything is put back together, including the armrest, the carpet, and everything. You can see it looks so flush. You cannot tell someone did anything aftermarket job here, and everything looks good. Like from this side, it looks super clean. The seat can move forward and back, doesn't interfere with the glove box, and I'm super happy with the results. Again, many thanks to Useless Pickles, Jeff, for sharing that cradle with me. Otherwise this would have been impossible, but I'm already happy with what I have, so it doesn't matter if the phone doesn't work, but I'm happy to have the phone and mount it here, and I can see it every time I drive the car. So super excited. So now we'll go to the back and we're gonna install this plate again. Jeff, Useless Pickles, his handle is, he gave me this one for a very reasonable price. I'm gonna install it here and put the trans receiver at this spot. It's right here. It's gonna go here, and at this point I think I cannot make everything work at this point. We have a harness behind here. Again, Jeff has a wiki page where you can see the details. I'm not going to take that harness out right now because I do not have the computer, the controller unit to connect to that. So there's no point proceeding any further. So I'm just gonna mount the plate here in the trunk and mount the trans receiver so that I don't lose it. And one fine day when I find a controller unit, I'm gonna take that harness out and connect everything to the controller, and then when I turn on the car, the phone will also turn on. Until then, it's just aesthetics. Okay, so let me do this and be back in a bit. Okay, so the trans receiver is mounted and it's secure. It's not gonna shake or anything. I just put 2 screws diagonally and that should be good enough. Didn't want to make a whole bunch of holes there. So I think we're good for now, and this is where this project ends for now until I can find the controller unit, and that's when we will resume this project. Until then, this is just for the aesthetics and show. Look, that's how it looks from here. I already love it. I hope you guys enjoyed too. Bye bye.